Good evening. Welcome to LifestyleEvolution.com. My name is B Wise, and tonight I want to talk about two concepts, two things that I think that will help you out if you can just kind of have an open mind and realize this is the key to you improving certain areas of your life. And it took me a while to figure this out, but basically, life is going to boil down to two things: the pain of discipline versus the pain of regret. Which pain can you sustain the longest? Now, the pain of discipline will be, I'm going to describe it as something that you don't want to do. There's a little bit of pain associated there, but you know in the long run, it's going to be greater for you. It's going to be a benefit coming down the road. It might not seem like that at first, because when you first starting off, things are unknown, things are uncomfortable. But that's the great part of it. This is why implementing this in your life, the pain of discipline, because you don't know, it could come out 10 times greater than you think it could come out. But if you don't do anything, if you don't take no action, if you don't have no discipline in your life in no areas, then your life is going to be it's going to be chaos. It's going to be chaotic. The world is chaotic at times, but we need that discipline to manage through it, to be able to get where we need to be in life. We're going to have to be able to manage that pain of discipline. A lot of great men and women had to sacrifice certain things to get certain positions in life. But you know what? On the flip side of that coin, you got a whole bunch of people that like to talk about things they could have did, but really that's a hidden message for regret. Like, yeah, man, I could have went to the league. I just couldn't stop smoking weed, man. I was top 5 in the country, top 5 in the city, yo. That's how they be talking, right? You like, yeah, you here with me smoking weed or whatever y'all doing. But you can see he has a little bit of regret there. He said, man, I had some potential and I didn't maximize on it. I didn't do nothing with it. Now I'm out here doing whatever. It's like life just pushing me around, doing whatever at the moment. So this is why it's very important to have discipline in your life. It's painful and it's not easy. But nothing in life, nothing worthwhile is going to come easy. Life is always going to be a tug of war. It's always going to be a battle. You get through one battle, get some rest, gear up for another battle, because it's constant. It's constantly coming. Something constantly going to challenge you. If you're up in one area, you're going to be down in another area. It's just how life is set up. You got 3 main components of life you can't get away from. Uncertainty, meaning every day is uncertain. You don't know what's going to happen throughout that day. Somebody you know could die. You could die. I could die. There's a level of uncertainty that we must deal with. The other thing is pain. There's always going to be an element of pain in life. Life is, it's like you're trying to balance between pain and pleasure, but the pain is where you grow. It's where you learn things. It's from. It's where you can see certain aspects of life. You can see that the discipline brought you to a certain point, a certain way of looking at the world, a certain way of thinking. Because you don't think how you used to think. because you put in that work, put in that action. You didn't just listen to a video. You didn't just read a book. You took the pain of that discipline. You took the pain of reading that book and tried to understand what that author was talking about. And then you put it in your life. You put it to work. You didn't just read it and sit it down. You said, man, I'm going to see what this guy really talking about. I'm going to try this stuff. You don't just read it just to, that's the painful part, reading a book, sitting there still reading a book, trying to understand somebody else's thoughts. That's how you're supposed to read a book. Now, the third element is constant work. You can't get away from that work, man. It's funny because everybody want to quit their job. Everybody want to do their own thing, which I know we're in a different era, we're in a different time. But the job is a needed component. A constant work. You're gonna have to. If you don't have something in place for your survival skill needs to be met, then it's like you're gonna really struggle. You're never really gonna get off that first floor of the building. It's like you're just living in the first floor of the building, and there's 100 floors on the building, but you're stuck on the first floor because you can't figure out how to get in and out this first floor. So you're stuck on the first floor because you say, I don't want to work. I don't want to do that. Part of that discipline, that painful discipline, also will be doing things that you don't want to do. Life is not always about doing the things that make you feel good, doing the pleasurable things, doing the easy things. Some of the things is doing the things that you don't want to do. It's just how it is. And this way of thinking, it took me a while to realize this. It took me a while to realize that I have to manage my mind and my body so it can be more efficient for me down the road. Because as you get older and you see people get sick, you see people pass away, you say, well, what happened? How did they let themselves get to that point? Knowing we can't really escape that end fate that we all gonna go through. But you see people lose control of their bodily functions. They're not able to walk, or they're overweight. We see this a lot. And we say, well, how can we do better than that? So maybe we change our diet up. Maybe we change the way we do some things. We take the discipline now for the payoff down the road. Even though it's not guaranteed. But you know, if you keep doing this, certain things that's not in alignment with the body, you know that's going to be something you regret. So this is something just to think about. You know, I'm just giving this information that I learned along my way. And hopefully it finds you, you know, hopefully you can resonate with it. Hopefully it adds some type of value to your life. And I know these concepts are simple, but life is meant to be simple, not complex, not hard. Life is meant to be, you know, there's like a melancholy here. Find balance between two extremes through the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. So that's where we at with this today. And I thank you. Thank you very much.